Welcome all my dear friends to another segment of Cause and Effect with me, Ashraf Naguib. Today we're going to shift the perspective internationally, not just talk about what's happening in Egypt, but the impact of this global crisis on businesses in other countries as well. So I have a dear friend and a special guest with us, Ms. Sara Gunnervik, who is the Managing Director of Kendris in Cyprus and an active member of the Larnaca Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Sara is originally from Sweden and has been living in Cyprus for probably the past 15 years, so she'll be able to give us an insight on what is happening within that context.
Hi Ashraf, and thank you very much for having me on Cause and Effect, and also for lifting up these very interesting questions that you always are doing.
Sara, thank you very much for being with me, and it's finally fantastic to see you and to know that you and the family are doing well. Sara, so my first question here is, you work in advisory and financial services, not just in Cyprus, but obviously globally as well. What is the impact of this global crisis that we're going through on your business, both on the advisory side and the financial services as well?
So yes, I am in Cyprus, and in Cyprus we are now going on a month of stricter and stricter lockdown rules. The schools have been closed for about 4 weeks, and many of us, including myself, have been locked down in our houses for about 4 weeks. Right, I'm coming to the office twice a week at night time when no one else is here, and I am here today actually, and I am enjoying it thoroughly. We are now only allowed out for certain reasons, and we need to have police approval via SMS before we go out. So that's what we are living under here in Cyprus right now. We have the office not really open, but we have 2 people in the office and supporting the others who are working, spreading out work for them. So coordinators, let's say. Otherwise the office is pretty much closed. Everybody else is working from home. We have 2 floors, so each one person on each floor, so they are very safe with that. That's important for us, of course. So you asked me the question how this affect my industry, and my industry, as you said, is financial and advisory and financial services. And looking at it like a step back, this is yet another financial crisis, whether we like it or not. It's a coronavirus. It's a financial crisis. We have them pretty much every 7th year. If you want to be crass, I haven't seen such a pandemic before, but history have seen many financial crises. And as always in a financial crisis, it is a little bit of the survival of the fittest. Whether we like it or not, whether it looks kind or not, it's pretty much survival of the fittest. And in my business, the fittest are the ones who can work, of course, digitally. Digitally is the way we can survive, and the way that our business will continue to work throughout Corona and also after this. That will not be the same again. That's one for sure, but that's probably one of the positive effects. The other thing is liquidity. Many people have difficulties with liquidity, so that's another fit for our business, but also the people. A well-trained workforce will help you when they work from home. Dedicated members, member of staff that's work with you as a team and is willing to take this head on like rock stars. And also very well communicating managers. That's something that you need to be fit in this business, in my business, in these times. Financial markets and financial business can also go up. The work can be more in these times, because now many people, investors, are positioning themselves, waiting for the app to go. So we see a lot of movements and a lot of business still moving.
Sara, I mean, we already have extremely difficult schedules. We've, met several times. We understand the dynamics of each other's business, and it's not an easy, lifestyle per se. But, now being confined to our homes, working from home, and trying to find that perfect, true work-life balance. I don't think any of us have been put in that situation before, but so how have you been coping with it? How have you been able to adjust your schedule, your workload, and at the same time being home with the family? So how have the dynamics of your life changed?
You asked me how I cope working from home, work-life balance, challenges of working from home. And there is two sides to this. There is the technical side and there's the human side. And the technical side, as we say, is digital. We have been completely digital for a long time. So for us, that was not a difficult thing. We could be set up for everybody within an afternoon, which we did. The human side, it's very, very different. It's actually a marathon. It's a marathon trying to keep, work, family or non-family, i.e. solitude, motivation, moods, worries, timings, food cravings, to keep them under control. Maybe it's the wrong word, but well balanced. That's not easy. And also to lead a workforce digitally is something that you have to get used to, because usually when you lead a workforce, you speak to people, you feel them, you get to understand their mood, you get to understand when they face difficulties. Now you only see them via Zoom or via digital meeting, and that's a whole different level of communication that you have to achieve with your people. In general, I try to use the camera, even if you wake up in the morning and you're not putting on everything. Let them see who you are, but it's important that they see your face and your eyes, and that you are as normal and everything is fine. And I also see them, so I can see all the communication which they don't do with the mouth. That's important. Have a regular conversation with everyone, even once, maybe twice a day, even if you're in intensive periods, to feel them, a joke, a laugh. That's more important maybe than work conversations. Just feel that people, we're going to do this, come on. It is a marathon in reality. Personally, I have a son, he's 7, he has not been in school for 4 weeks, he hasn't seen a friend in 4 weeks, and I'm working and he's sitting next to me, and that is definitely the hard part. Seeing them too much time on electronic, knowing that you are working, knowing that you're supposed to homeschool, there has to be lunch, there has to be dinner, need to play, have some kind of play, and all this, trying to keep all of these hours and everything together, that's just not working. That's just way too much. And the first 1 or 2 weeks you try to keep it up and you try, I'm going to do this, but when it's actually stressing you really, really much, and you get all these emails and tips from LinkedIn, this is how you work from home, get up in the morning, get dressed, put your makeup, plan your food, do the homework, it just adds to the stress, at least to me. I think the time when I could really become productive and really not trying to scream so much to the people around me is when I accepted that there will not be a perfect day. This is not a perfect situation. It will not be a perfect day. And when I accepted that and kind of understood that everybody works in their pajamas, everybody overeats, everybody eats fish sticks for lunch, and that's when I get to feel much better and can actually start working more productively and have a better day. Positive with all of this is that you get to know people very much well. You see them in their home environment. You get to hear your colleagues' children and your colleagues' voice shouting at the child doing something that they don't, or a little child having a show in the back. That's always, you hear comments that you wouldn't hear otherwise, and I don't know how many times we burst out laughing at funny things coming up like that. But the ultimate possible thing I see from this is that we will be ultimately digital. Every one of us who survives this survival of the fittest marathon, it will result in complete digitally. I see a difference in myself. Yes, I had the features, but sometimes, I'm old enough to use a pen and a paper, a little bit too much maybe, while now, in the last 4 weeks, I have a whole different level of digitality myself. And all of these things that we build for this kind of moments has actually been tested, and it works. And that's something we should be really proud of.
Sara, I can't have you with me on Cause and Effect and not pick your brain on what you think, how you foresee the future of the global economy, specifically within the advisory and financial sectors, post-corona. How do you see things changing once we get out of, hopefully get out of this global crisis that we're in?
Another thing you asked before is how the world will look post-corona. You read all, these articles when they say the world will never be the same again. This is a huge disaster. Yes, it is a huge disaster, but I do think that the world will be the same again, or at least similar again. I'm not an expert, but Corona will have a large effect on certain industries like travel, like airplane and every other business, depending on them. But it will also have a very positive effect on other businesses. So again, survival of the fittest. We will unfortunately see layoffs, we will see bankruptcies. Again, survival of the fittest, why it sounds pretty or not. Humans though, we are very adaptable. History have changed that. We will adapt to this new situation and sooner than we think. Humans also have a very short memory. Again, history have showed that, and I believe, I hope I'm not wrong, that when all of this is over, we will forget this sooner than we should probably forget what happened right now. As I said, many business has a positive effect on them. We see, as I said before, healthcare and many funds and investors, they are positioning themselves now, and they are well positioned. It's going to make good money and good progress when this all starts going up again. Important for me though, I think on a human level, post-corona, I think it's important that I hope to see that we don't see more and more of these isolation trends. I hope that we will see it the other way around, because the last few years we have seen a lot of isolation wishes, racism, country by country, region by region, and I think that's very sad. I think that this situation that we have in front of us now really shows that we have to work against these threats like a unity. It's not a region, it's not a country, it's humans all together. And I hope that this will come out of this. I hope that we can see that everybody, all humans, have the same fear. We want to have healthy, we want to be healthy, we want our loved ones to be healthy. We want, basically we want the same thing, all humans. We want to safe and healthy life. And I think this is something that I hope we will not forget about this, and think ourselves as a unity and togetherness more than, and stop this isolation trend that's going on.
Sara, again, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure having you, and certainly looking forward to seeing you sooner than later once all this is over. Please stay safe. Best regards to the family and everyone, and I am sure that we will be in touch once all of this is over.
That was it from me. Thank you very much, Ashraf. It was lovely seeing you in person, or digitally in person, and I hope that this is soon over and I will see you again in real person. I'm looking forward to that. So have a lovely day and evening, and I am projecting to see you soon. Bye.
Everyone, thank you for joining me again on another segment of Cause and Effect with Ms. Sara Gunnervik, who is the Managing Director of Kendris in Cyprus and an active member of the Larnaca Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Please stay safe, stay home, and stay tuned.